Hello, 4-1 juxtaposition cross knowledge seeker. I figured I would give my testimony as a 4-1, add to the pile, if you will, because I've been studying human design a few years. I'm not an expert, but my authority and my profile is more of the limited information type of ones. So, this 4-1 I feel like I've really tapped into 4-1 profile, juxtaposition cross, and how it feels. So I'm gonna try to share that in case you're 4-1, you're doing a reading for someone that's 4-1, and you're like, this is so different from the other crosses because it is kind of off on its own. And so one of the ways I understand 4-1 is there's a couple different facets, but like the first thing is like the you're not here to change type of thing. You're not really going on like a transformative type of journey compared to maybe a right angle cross. You're going on a personal transformation journey over your life to fulfill. Left angle, you're, transforming other people type of thing. So juxtaposition is like a little bit of both. But really, as in terms of transforming, like you aren't here to change, like I feel like who I am is just who I am. I couldn't imagine myself really changing to fulfill, like I'm fulfilling things, but it's not, it was already known, like it was already like set. Like basically everything I like decided since as far back as my memories go are all like with the same deal. Like nothing's really like changed or transformed. There were like brief periods where like I put myself in life situations where like I was kind of stuck, but I was always like trying to get back to like what I was trying to do. So that's how I feel about like the you're not here to change type of thing. Like obviously we grow and we change as people, sort of. But like for me it's not really as much as what I see other people changing. It's not. No, not really. Like I literally have the exact same like thoughts, goals, mental landscape, like day-to-day like activities, like as I just always have. So, um they just kind of build on themselves. So like daily activities of things that I've always done and I gain skill in them. I get better and better at them over the course of time unfolding. I just am able to continue doing what I was already doing. So that's how I feel about the 4-1 as far as that aspect. Now, there's another aspect that's like the bonus life or the like neutral um retribution type of feeling. Um as far as that goes, it's hard not to let my authority bleed into discussing the 4-1 um bonus life aspect because my authority is as an ego manifested authority. I have to speak what I want and always try to get what I want, sort of. Um, with a with the I just feel like with the 4-1, just keeping it with that, excluding any other parts of my chart so it can be relevant to you. It's about like don't worry so much about doing the right thing. And like for other people that's probably really bad advice, but like um it's like you can't really mess up. Like as long as you're not doing some like you'll be able to tell if it doesn't feel right because it'll be doing something like for someone else type of thing or doing something for like worldly status, I feel type of thing. That could like take you off of just being here to do what you do as the bonus life. Um, I feel like using that to its advantage really means like taking everything that you've been given like not for granted. So that doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, always give yourself up for other people. That's part of the juxtaposition thing, is like through being yourself, you can affect other people at the same time. And it's kind of like you are inseparable from the collective. You grow with them. So like as time unfolds, so does like your path of like the things that you've always done, whatever it is for you. Um and then the world evolves to a point where they are mutually receptive with that. Okay. Really hope this makes sense so far. There's just one other aspect of the 4-1 is like the actual lines of it. So the 4 is like the interpersonal part. And that's like the conscious self line. I'm sorry if it's backwards, but when I make the point, it will be right at least. And then the 1 is the investigator, researcher type line. And what I found out, for at least for me, I don't know if it has to do with the other gates, but with the 4-1, is like sometimes like I see a lot of people do this too, and this is like valid in a lot of cases, but like you feel guilty for like rabbit holing on something because it's like, oh, it's not the same as ruminating. That's the thing. Um, like, oh, I need to have a social life. Like with a 4-1, do not get so um fixated on like having a showy social life, because what I found is that when you lean into the 1 line, I forget if it's conscious or unconscious, but it's the one that I tend to need to lean into more, not worry about making a showy social situation. And when you do that, something really magical happens with the social situation. So when you lean into your rabbit hole, it's not hermit because it's not a 2 line, but like when you lean into your impulses to research, it will come about the networking opportunities, the 4 line type of stuff in a very non-forced way, because when I would try to focus on that as a forefront, the everything, all the relationships and networking that you get are very like desperation-y, like forced. Um Whereas if you lean into the research line, like you don't have to worry because like you are an ambivert. Like I don't know, maybe you have other stuff in your chart and you might be more intro or extro, but like me, I'm definitely like hardcore ambivert. So I can be alone for an embarrassingly long time and not get lonely per se, as long as I have my things that I can research. Um, but I also can take a very long period of time of like parties and social events and stuff like that and not get burned out on it at all. So when you lean into the stuff that you want to research, you will magically uncover the passageways because you are naturally have that extroverted flair. Like you're not gonna necessarily, you know, be scared to reach out to people really. Um, Especially because if it's related to your interests, it's like, oh, their opinion's not gonna matter at all. I just need to like shoot my shot and like see if I can like get this information or have this conversation, whatever it may be. So 4-1 juxtaposition cross. Um, I think that's most of the stuff that I've thought about before when it comes to juxtaposition cross. I think it's like um, a chill one when you know how to use it, when you know how to relax into it. It's a very chill one because, well, like you don't really have to feel like you're ever being self-centered or that you're ever extending yourself too much. It is kind of like a nice little bridge where you get to help people by just doing what you are gonna do anyways. Anyways, yeah, so if you're 4-1, hope that informed you. And yeah, my cross is cross of influence. I don't know the line. And then I'm an ego authority as well, which I should probably make a video about that one too, because it's another like weird one where like you really just have to find people who are actually that and who have studied their own design, because it would be hard for, I mean, even someone, a very experienced human design person, they have to look at it in the context of your whole chart, and they would need to have had like hundreds of clients to really have had enough of a sample size to like speak on it, because you can read from the books and everything like that, but you really just have to meet and talk to people that have different things in common, and that tends to give like a better picture than trying to interpret it like just with the theory. Um so anyways, hope that served. Thanks. I'm not going to edit this, so